Guess what else we start with molding? So you got this little furry ape on here. You're going to put him in that SIT first. Sit. Chain. Forearm down the back. Very nice, thank you. You're going to move this hand.
What are you doing down his back?
So, no, I just put my forearm down the written second.
What do you want him to do right now?
I'm going to show you. I just have to be patient with him until he stays still long enough for me to show you. Sit. Hand here, forearm down the back. This hand goes under. Hold it into a down. You don't say anything at first. He starts to play with you, you get up.
That's on the way down to do that.
Yeah, we're supposed to be teaching him without saying any words.
Oh. Well,
Not
how's it
supposed to
on the way
say,
down?
that's what she's showing you, molding.
Can you do it consistently 4 times in a row on command, no corrections? And
Maybe,
distractions?
maybe. He knows what way down is.
Do you want him to know it in distractions?
Say that again?
Let's teach it,
Yeah.
we want to teach it.
Yeah.
Whatever, we should be teaching it.
Sit. This also helps, in addition to starting the down, it also teaches him to submit and not play all those games that he was just playing with us when we're working with him. Good boy. Okay. Sit. Chain. Forearm. I don't press down with this forearm, by the way, but I do stiffen it up just to be firm if he tries to get up. Slide. See how he resisted a little bit there?
Yeah.
So we want it to become like ice cream. Okay. All right. You're handling him on your left side.
You've got your pocket sticking out, I think that he
Oh.
wants that.
That's a 4-dog electronic collar, so if the dogs bark, I can vibrate them.
I just want him to bite that.
Chain, forearm down the back. Slide. Pet 5 times down the back slowly.
I'll do it again.
Yep. This will make you tired as well as him.
Sit.
So you see within these exercises you have opportunities to practice the other exercise too. So these all build on each other.
And that may get him to calm him down a little bit too.
Uh-huh. It gets him used to us being in charge in a positive way. There's nothing horrible going on.
Well, without him trying
Yeah, pinchy you all over.
to, yeah.
I've got to think if he's I've had golden retrievers try to hump me before.
Well, yeah, I mean, he does, if you're being too nice to him, then he'll want to hump you.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get him all out of that too.
Right.
All of a sudden, you know,
He must have been like, I can't hump
Yeah,
and I can pinch.
yeah.
Dogs are smart. They go through their options.
He loves our veterinarian, and he's already had his little times this morning about when I hung with him.
Who's his vet?
Dr. Gager, he's up in Norway.
Oh, Norway? Yeah, I wouldn't know. We go to Piscataqua around here, and I heard the person who took over the little White House Veterinarian Center in York's pretty good too. So 100 of these a day,
100 of these a day, Bob.
which will take about 20 minutes.
I need that though.
Yeah, you can split them up like the sits before into 25, 25, 25. And on day 3, you can start saying down when his belly hits the ground. Not before, but when his belly hits the ground. Day
Down,
3.
Say down.
Say down. So this is what, I'll show you what day 3 looks like.
See, that's.
Or so, yeah. So that was sort of up to you right there. You could have turned around for me and come back.
Okay.
You know, like if I...
Now he's being good.
He wants to say you.
I was trying to get him to go forward. I figured...
No, I didn't do that.
No, let's watch. Let's watch what she's doing.
She's trying to think of anything. I'm helping her.
Let's go.
That's what happened yesterday with a puppy and somebody.
Yep.
He was doing great till the puppy showed up.
Sit. Okay. And then if you were to come forward and you try to go again, I'd correct him for getting up from a sit. I'd also prepare this by working with someone I knew beforehand, so we would do a lot of reps like that. But you know, with Jan. Or my husband Robert. A lot of times we do these things before with each other, and then we have a tenant next door. We might get him involved if he's free, or a client that drops by. And then we start going to the beach or maybe somewhere, maybe a quiet park, and if someone wants to pet him, we say, do you mind helping us train to make sure he greets people properly? And we do that sort of thing. Boop! Huh. All right, so day 3, and then hold it down. Sit. So by this time you should be nice and loose. You know what I mean? You should be starting to sink on his own. Down. Good boy. So I say it when his belly hits.
Down. Okay. Down. Let's go.
Now! No!
Hormones.
Every training session. Until he figured out I wasn't going to laugh with him. He's such a, if you saw Boo now, you would imagine he'd never done that in his life. He's like everyone's favorite.
Oh, that's the one you have that goes up on the chairs place. Boom. You had one that you had said place to him, and you went from one lounge chair.
Yeah, oh, you mean in the videos? Yes. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Boo.
he's cute. He's cute. We've never had one that's humped, so
Yeah.
this is our 6th one.
That was Boone.
You know, so.
Every time in the first 3 weeks.
He would hump.
Yeah, he tried to, you know?
Okay. Okay.
Unbelievable, huh?
Okay.
Look how sweet and calm and friendly he is now. I mean, this is being friendly.
Yeah.
Overly so.
Yeah.
All right, so let me show you. See, but it's easy not to get mad at the dog when you know that's going to end.
Yeah. Yeah.
As long as you're consistent. So then you can, I mean, a lot of owners don't realize that. So you're like, oh, I have to have this stop. You know? Let's go, sit.
that what it means?
Just practice day 3 so that you get when you're supposed to put, say, the DOWN.
Sit.
Down. So that's when you were supposed to say down when his belly hit on day 3.
Sit. Down.
There you go. That's the timing. And then by the time you come back, I'll be ready to give you the correction. It should be
Okay.
much easier.
Sit. That's my fault.
Those are the things you'll be working out in days 1 through 3. Trying to catch the paws. Well, I hate to tell you, they start moving their paws at some point. Start playing games, start trying to chew on your wrist, start trying to hump you. Perfectly normal puppy stuff. Not every single puppy does it, but actually the dogs I like do it because they're very smart. They're always thinking outside the box.
Down.
And quite frankly, dogs that do that end up being the better trained dogs because you can't have that behavior going forward, right? If your dog's not doing anything naughty, not that naughty, they'll get away with certain behaviors for the rest of their life. The big blonde ape is what I refer to this one as.
Sit.
In fact, my last dog, I asked for the bossiest, naughtiest one in the litter. I didn't realize the lines I was picking from, though. And she meets all of those criteria.
Out. Out.
Yeah, here he goes again. Tantrum number 4, maybe 7. So the more you can work through those, the better.
Down.
But I never try to purposely elicit that. You know what I mean? It just comes out as a bout of training. Like if you have an aggressive dog, you don't try to make them bite you to see what the owner's going through. You try to avoid that. That's the whole purpose.
Sit.
So eventually they start doing that whole playful rollover thing as long as you don't feed into it or get up. If they play too much like that, I just get up and start again.
Yeah.
If it's just a little bit like that and I'm able to kind of keep them into position, I just keep going because they're going to get bored of doing that.
Yeah.
You do any hunting, Bob?
No. Sit. Down.
So should you be doing it more in motion or just slow, or is it?
At first let the dog give it to me. So I slide the paws out until they give it. If they're wiggling around, I have to grab a paw and do it. It really depends on the dog. Some dogs will brace against it, and then you'll see me just keep my hand there. I'll wait for 30 seconds, 1 minute until they start. Some very fearful dogs do that.
Come.
He's got his paw. He can't pull it.
He's
Yeah,
doing
whip it.
he's
Yeah.
doing that on purpose to pull the leash. I've had Rottweilers that know how to kind of roll up the leash on you so they can get closer to you to bite you.
Sit.
Shiloh's got a little bit of a controlling, bossy personality.
Down.
Not bad though.
More so than any of our others. None of our others.
Not horrible. Just enough to make you work for it.
He's done. Come. Sorry, come. Good boy. Good boy. Come. Sit. Down.
Well, that was a good one.
Yep. Try not to lift up so much unless you have to, like he's about to move his
Okay,
paws.
just slide.
Right.
Slide
I like
forward.
to slide when I get there. It doesn't happen right away.
Sit. Down.
Yeah, sort of like that.
Like that.
Look at him.
He's, come on, haven't I done enough of these?
No, I liked how he was looking at his hand right there. Like, I could chew on that or the leash. I'm not sure, one or the other.
Come.
It's a possibility. And now I could lie here like a dead weight. This is an excellent example of a dog thinking his way through the problem right here. Only we don't want him to do that. Not this way.
Out. Out.
Bob needs some new jeans. He needs some new jeans anyway. I just got some new jeans. I'm not going to wear them.
Shane has redesigned a bunch of my t-shirts, not my jeans. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
No.
There you go. Then just walk calm and normal. La-di-da. That just didn't happen. There you go.
Sit.
See? Calm, normal, business-like.
Now.
Doesn't happen right away, but it happens when they realize I'm not going to engage.
Come.
Are you supposed to kind of do 5 strokes down the back
Yep.
if you can? And kind of,
Nice and calm. Yes, exactly. They should be calm strokes. They shouldn't be like energetic.
Right.
Oh, good boy.
Right.
Especially with this dog.
just kind of.
Right.
Right.
See, Shilo doesn't like this. It's not his normal routine. This isn't the way it usually goes at home.
Oh, this is for him.
Well, but when he calms down, when you get him to calm down
Hey.
and just follow your lead. And just walk calm normally. There you go.
But we don't want to be doing that down in public.
Sit.
No,
Sit.
I don't, and if you do, please don't give anyone my number. I don't know who you are, man. I've never seen these people before in my life. Yeah, best to get this over with. Well, by the time you're in public
No.
and you've gone through this,
Yeah.
he'll be much easier to get out of it. Or he might not even go into it. I mean, Boone, after the 3 weeks, I never had a problem with him again. This I don't really consider much of a problem. It's just getting him through the puppy stages of his life, like mouthing and chewing and
Now, is there another step we can take with him?
another thing you can do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Give us something else to
Yeah.
work on.
So now we can advance our stays. I'm not sure if this I brought that place board up, which is more difficult. Instead of this place board, which is simply a couch cushion.
Okay, no, it's okay. We had several, we had his bed raised up on top of some
Yeah,
other
beds
cushions.
cost so much money, and this is free on the side of
Yeah.
the road.
Right, okay.
Come on,
Yes.
buddy, let's see what you got. All right. So now we just began place last time, right? And
Yes.
did I go over the part where you point and say place?
No.
Okay.
This is
Oh, she did?
well, she talked to us about it.
She talked to us, she didn't show.
Place. Nope. Ah. All right, I'm gonna warm them up first.
Big one?
Place.
Yeah.
Place. 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 Nope.
Place.
Good place. So now I want to point. I'm also going to get him on the place. Okay. So he had a paw off there. I missed
Well,
that.
it's kind of a small
Yeah.
thing for him to get onto.
It is. This one's hard for dogs because it's a rectangle.
Yeah, it's long.
Rectangle.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I come in this way, it's harder for them, so I'm going to go this way.
Oh, now we go on that one.
Let's go. Place. 2, 3, 4, drop. So I'm just going to body bump them back on. Good boy. Okay. Let's go. You can definitely use something bigger at home.
Yeah, we do have something a little bit bigger, which he wasn't using before, and he is using now for us to get him to go into it.
No? Good boy. So see, I'm using the front of my body to keep him from stepping off.
Okay.
Good boy. Okay, let's go. Place. No. So I say no when he doesn't get all 4 paws on, and I use the leash on my body.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, your big furry lug. Come on. Place. 2, 3, 4. Yay, good boy. Okay. So point. Have them step on. If all 4 paws don't go on, use the thing. If you're training them on something new, like we are right here, just warm them up first. I don't think you need to warm them up first now, but I had to warm them up first.
He's already at home. I got him doing this on top of rocks. and
Yep.
On his bed and that kind of stuff. So yes, I didn't say point. I didn't point. I just brought him over. Got it. Nice.
Good boy.
Good.
Oh, now you gotta set them up again. Oh, are you gonna try that one?
That one?
Place. Place. Place.
So don't say it again then. If he doesn't, you say no, then you use your body and the leash to correct him back on. So dog training is when these things become, not this right here. You know what I mean? Like easy. Like I know that I've trained my dog a good stay when I can walk away from them, unload the groceries, and I don't even have to think about it now, much.
Looks like he's got a muzzle on.
He's making a, yep. Then just
Whoa.
walk.
No. No.
Point, say place.
Place.
And use the leash in your body to put him on his place no matter what he's doing right now. And then just, good boy, okay, go on.
Okay.
How the heck did he do that?
Smart guy.
I'll trick you all.
By the time you guys come back, you guys are going to be like zip tied in the car with
Place.
gags on. Use the leash to pull him up. Good. So the moment he gets all four of his paws on, good.
Good. Good.
But yeah, but no, now he's not a good boy. Now he's completely off the place. So just walk him and do it again.
No. 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 No.
He is going to be exhausted.
Place.
Good.
Good boy.
So if all four, so step on his paws if they're not on the place board.
Can't fit. It's like,
He can fit if he's sitting. We don't want to tell him to sit, but it's their responsibility to figure out how to put their 4 feet where I want them. Now just set them up again and do it again at this point.
come.
So like a toddler.
Place.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you let him drape over again. You can try this, but do it from the long side right now because it's more of a challenge for them to do it from.
Yeah, from there.
See, you got his head, which is bigger than him.
Yep.
But he wasn't going into that before we worked, did
Place.
the place thing, so.
Good boy. Good boy.
Now release him before he steps off.
Place.
No. So I would bump his bottom onto the place. Oops, too late.
Place?
Good. No, don't repeat commands if you're still in it. If you've given up and walked around and reset, you
How
can.
long do you want to keep him on there?
Just a second now. We're just doing the send right now.
Good boy.
The next step is to do circles around them, but you need to be able to send them cleanly first.
Place. Good boy.
And if you can start to build up the distance. But I think just getting this done is going to be more than enough of a project this week.
He does this at home. I know he's not doing it good here.
Yeah.
And is it supposed to be any
Place.
place, area that we say place he will go to?
That's what it's meant to train to, yeah. So like when I go on vacation with my dogs, if there's a hotel chair, if there's a mat, if there, yeah.
Place.
And I usually show them what the place is, but the pointing
Stay.
is what has them looking for something elevated where I'm pointing that looks like a place.
Okay.
So that's the whole reason for place. And then you want to build some distance
Okay.
eventually, so you can do it across the room.
Yeah.
Which is really up to the owner whether they want to do that or not. I mean, the main part of the place is just staying on the thing. But for a lot of dogs that have real issues, the send is really important. You know, like aggressive dogs, the ability to send your dog
Yeah.
away from an area is really important.
Well, the other night, he was like bothering me. So I said place, and he went over and laid on
Yay.
on his bed. It was raised up
Yep.
as well. So,
But be sure you're doing the steps. Be sure you can do it 4 times in a row, or else it just becomes a thing he knows he has to do sometimes.
okay.
Not all the time.
Okay. Yeah,
Whenever he wants.
yeah.
Wherever he wants. Yeah, training is meant to bring it all together. I mean, there's only so many areas we're going to be able to train in, right? But it's meant to bring it all together so you could be outside, out, around friends, companies over, whatever it is. And we won't get there in 6 weeks, but we'll get to a portion of it. That they know how to do that and relax.
The place, and do you, then when you say place, then do you have to then to say stay, and there's to stay there, or?
No,
just
that's part, when we start moving around him and building distance, then that is implied in the place.
Okay.
It's different than a sit stay in that he doesn't have to sit or down on a place. All he has to do is keep his 4 paws on that area.
So you think
That's
it's
it.
leash biting and nipping is age related more than,
Well, it's age related and being allowed to get away with it
right?
in the first place.
You know,
No, I